Morning. It's the Ambassadors, 8 o'clock on Friday the 19th, and we're digesting a Fed hike yesterday afternoon after the markets closed, and just a mountain and an avalanche of analysis on what this means. But boiled down quite simply, the Fed has been very transparent in their desire to begin to move the discount rate. That's the rate that they lend to banks, not the rate in which banks lend to each other or the overall prevailing rate. Move it higher. And at this point, no change in overall policy. Markets at first, not surprisingly, hit the headlines, reacted. Although at this point, the most important thing is to see that the dollar's actually come off the highs of yesterday. You're actually seeing commodity prices trade very well at this point, and you saw reasonably strong trading out of Asia overnight. So as we look at commodities this morning, in fact, oil is a rock, and we're almost trading as if there's a bit of some kind of a supply disruption, fear out there, or that there's maybe more going on in the oil story. A lot of smart guys in that space think that oil is up for a reason and not for fundamental reasons. But overall, as we look at the markets right now, we see that we've come back. Even in places like Russia, which have been were heavily hit and down almost 2% this morning, is crawled back to almost flat today. Overnight, India was down 83 basis points. South Korea down 1.68. Asia traded worse than any place. In fact, the Nikkei, after spending the first part of the first third of their session flat to slightly up, closed down almost 2%. But Taiwan remains closed. China remains closed. As we look into Central Europe, those markets are pretty well supported. In fact, Central Europe is actually trading higher. Mentioned Russia, Turkey down 61 basis points. All of the currencies very well supported, and I've mentioned this move in the dollar is a dollar move against the crosses. It's not necessarily a dollar move against the EM currencies. Brazil real, in fact, 40 basis points stronger today with a stronger dollar. Brazil opens down 83 basis points. Would not be surprised with an options expiry in the U.S. to see some of these markets actually continue to trade a little stronger into the close. I think next week is really when you digest this news. So the surprise is that actually markets haven't sold off, or is that really a surprise? Because I think that was really where everybody placed this move right after it came out yesterday afternoon. In other words, not a panic, plenty of time for cooler heads to get their analysis up on the tape, and I think that's probably where we ride out today. Remember, volumes are not very heavy, and we still have a lot of the world on vacation this week. So that's the point as of 8:15. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.